Spoiler alert, the following podcast includes discussions on film that may potentially, intentionally or inadvertently, reveal plot twists, character traits, story details, up to and including endings that might otherwise be considered spoilers. Proceed at your own risk.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Sounds like some bad movie.
Hello, Mr. Wilson. How are you? It's good to hear from you.
Same here.
Scott, the man of the future. The future is now.
We're killing is a job, and it's underpaid.
You can't even get minimum wage doing this shit. Good old Ron Mancini. I think that was his name, right? Who is
Marchini.
Or just known as the White Death Machine.
Oh,
that's his name.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
That's his name on IMDb.
Yeah,
White Death Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the White Death Machine.
Well, welcome to Moviesucktastic, the film review podcast by us. That's as in-depth as I can get. This is episode number
241.
41, almost at 250. And this episode we are reviewing the 1976.
The year of my birth. As a matter of fact, this was a theatrical release, and the numbers, as far as I know, doesn't list this movie as a theatrical release in 76, because I have that chunk of movies that I'm putting on my Plex that are
probably released in like 3 theaters.
Maybe. It was released, ironically enough, June of 1976, so it was actually released in the month I was born.
What's ironic about that? It's just...
because the list I'm putting together is my birth films of the year 1976, but this was actually released the month I was born. It's kind of neat. Such a bad film, but kind of neat.
I almost hesitate to call it a film.
I want to say...
I didn't get to the title, even though, we played the trailer, but this is the 1976 martial arts film, Death Machines.
Yeah, that's about to pop up on the screen. Where they actually had somewhat of a budget to animate this.
I don't think that was a big budget for that.
Maybe not. But
I don't think, no.
The best part of this film is that opening.
Yeah. Because you think there might be something there.
Right. It's very heavy metal, like oil matte painting kind of look to it. What is this? I took the subtitles off. It's funny. It's like light Oriental music. Throughout the film, if you have the subtitles on, it says eerie music.
I gotta watch it with subtitles. You got to give it to me with the subtitles. I need it now. Now that I know it has subtitles, because it's going to have stupid shit in the subtitles.
Oh yeah. I especially like when they cue in the music, light Oriental music, eerie music. light music. It just little things like that make it fun.
So
Yes.
I think I don't know where to start. I almost said, well, let's talk about the title. There's nothing to talk about. It's Death Machines.
Here, we can start with this. I've been wanting to do this all day.
Huh.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. A white guy, an Asian guy, and a black guy go into a karate dojo. And they kill everyone! I've been wanting to do that all day.
Now, Holly tried to watch this with me.
Uh-huh.
And she told me, she's always said she doesn't like martial arts films.
That's too bad.
And I think the reason is because she thinks all martial arts films are like this.
No.
I don't think she's ever actually seen good martial arts films. I think she's only ever seen
Like Enter the Dragon?
Machines.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think she's ever actually seen like a good Jackie Chan film or, anything that's actually well choreographed. She's only seen stuff like this. So she only made it halfway through. She's like, yeah, this is what I thought it was. And that was it. I finished this one solo.
Man, this woman is wearing a serious wig. I mean, that is a serious wig.
That's the. Holly lost it with her because after she talks a couple times, she's like, she's doing Madeline Kahn. It's like Madeline. Is it true what they say?
And she even kind of looks like the Asian Madeline Kahn.
She looks like it's Madeline Kahn. I'm not even convinced it's not Madeline Kahn under a pseudonym, just having fun.
Flames. We have to do an audio commentary for this.
I think we have to do a bad movie night, online with this.
Absolutely, yeah. This would be so perfect to do.
Now the film starts off at this outdoor Oriental garden type thing,
right?
And a group of and 3 pairs of men fighting martial arts.
Oh yeah,
style.
I forgot about this. It's the opening of the film. It's on in the background. Yeah. And the Asian woman goes into like this dark room where she talks to who presumably is the head boss,
right?
Who you never see again.
It's Blofeld. Now, but before she does that, you got these six guys fighting. The first group's on a bridge. The one guy's got 2 swords. The other one has 2 sticks. I'm like, that's not a fair fight. That's really not. I mean, and then the sticks, the 2 sticks are attached with a chain. That's even harder. Come on. The second group is
boobies.
Oh, what?
Boobies.
Oh, that's at the Death Machines poolside party.
That's the poolside party.
Yeah, but then the second group's like fighting mismatched like that. The 2 black guys, and then the 2 white guys that are fighting. One of them's got a huge like tool time beard.
Yeah.
And then while they're fighting, the other guy pulls out a gun and shoots him.
Yeah. And I saw that, and I'm like, why is this guy better?
I think he's cheating. And they cut the other guys like, no one said we could have guns. What's up with this? I mean,
probably be good if I put us on screen.
And they already with that sequence right there, they already set the bar for this film of nothing's gonna make sense, and it's just roll with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that throughout this film. Like where I said, the head boss never appears again. The kidnapped daughter. You don't know.
Let's I don't want to get one at a time. Okay. We got to go through the film. This is a film that we have to do chronologically because it just gets more absurd as it goes.
It really does.
This is the kind of film that I would actually, this is one of those films that I would sit down and I would describe the film from beginning to end to somebody just for the shit, just for the fun.
Yeah, it'd be like,
it's so insane.
This happened, and then the next scene moves to this transition, and then this happens. It's like, what? Are you making this up as you go? No, this is the movie. I'm really not making this shit up.
I actually need to put up live stream so I can see what's on in the background.
Oh, here's Hitman number 1.
The guy on the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the mustache man calls a hit on somebody, and...
Yeah, well, he calls a hit like he's ordering pizza.
Yeah, I think he was.
I think he was ordering pizza, and they got it mixed up. He's like, no, I wanted a large, double cheese, pepperoni. But he's like, yeah, I need these two guys taken care of, this guy, and I need it done, now. It's like, what? You can't have one done, then the other? It's like you got to order both? Like, these guys are that much of a problem? And then this guy on the roof, could he have picked a worse spot? I mean, almost the entire time that he's trying to scope or shoot this guy, he's like looking at it through the scope. It's like he's looking through trees. He's looking through shrubbery. It's like, give yourself a clean shot. You're on a roof. Pick a different roof.
And then like 3 guys sneak up behind him.
Yeah, and throw him off.
And throw him off.
And then the dummy hits the roof of the car.
But I love that. Then they come back to the mustache guy, picks up the phone, says, what happened? What do you mean he fell off the building? Like,
what?
He was on the building, then he wasn't.
Then get somebody else.
It's like, what? An accident? It's like, no, he did it on purpose. What the fuck? Come on, boss.
And then his chick kind of gets bored, like in the midst of the moment, gets naked and walks towards the pool. He's like, get back in bed. It's like, what? Why are you yelling at her?
But now the second hit, the guy pulls up in a car and gets out with this long thing around with a blanket. Said, nope, not a gun. Sorry, nope, just having a picnic, no gun. And then just pulls the gun out in daylight, lines it up on the car.
Yeah, he's in like this park setting. He's like, yeah, no one's gonna mind if I just do this right here. This is perfect, spot for this.
Could have done it from inside the car, but it's a nice day.
It's a beautiful day. It's clear out. It's a nice park. Swing set. Luckily, there's no kids playing.
Right, and then off in behind him, the death machines pull up in a car at the top of the hill.
And they shoot a missile launcher at him.
And they get out. And
they shoot a
I don't
missile
understand.
from the
Maybe
launcher.
it's because of the car, but what threw me off immediately was the Asian and white guy get out, and then the Asian opened the back door for the black guy.
Maybe I think it's because he was holding the missile launcher.
But he was in the back. No, he was in the back seat. He got out. He opened the door for him. I was like, why would you have to open the door for him? It was one of those little things that really threw me off.
Well,
why is he opening
it's happening right
for
now,
him?
so I'm going to pay attention to it. All right, so there's mustache guy. Okay.
Well, the first one they throw off the roof.
Oh,
this
yeah,
guy,
he just opens the door for the black guy.
Yeah, I told you. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
Now,
Now,
so hey, we could shoot him from here, right? Yeah, we could run down there and beat the shit out of him. But no, you bring that rocket launcher.
if this movie was made now, we could simply say, oh, maybe he had the child safety locks on. This is 76. There ain't no child safety locks on those back doors. They can be opened from the inside.
And they blow him up with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, and I will say, not everything is bad. Like, that scene is actually not done that bad.
Yes, it's horrible. The explosion is horrible too. It's a really wimpy rocket launcher. The size of that thing
Well,
is
yes, it is. But I thought it was done well. I chuckled.
but it wasn't meant to be funny. I don't think.
No, it wasn't meant to be funny.
What are they doing?
There's a lot of death, and we're only 11 minutes into this movie, and two hitmen are dead already. The guy in the phone booth who's saying, hey, they're killing my men. That guy gets run over with a tractor, who he doesn't even notice this giant thing coming at him until the last second.
It's like the Zamboni in Deadpool. He's talking on the phone. Like, yeah, I know what's going on here. Then they show the tractor slowly rolling at him. What white death machine is behind the wheels?
If you don't tell me where Francis is, you're going to die in 5 minutes.
and he's doing the thing they're showing both sides of the conversation, but the mustache guy keeps repeating what the other guy said.
Yeah.
Even Holly said, "So we're hearing both sides of the conversation. You don't need to do that." He's dead too. What's happening? He says, no, we heard him say they're dead too.
Yes.
Just move on.
I love how he's still holding the phone.
Yeah.
He's just dead, and he's still holding the phone.
So the death machines, these 3 guys, are the world's most, I forget the exact phrase that the shadowy guy used, but they're the most elite assassination team in the world. But they really have lost all perspective on ways that they should be killing people.
Yes.
he's in his phone booth. I could walk up there and kill him. So, well, there's a tractor nearby. There you go.
Yeah, this will
Like
take
weird,
much
intricate
longer.
plots. I don't know. It's
It's funny, they got like 4 of those red Buddhas in the background. Like the Asian woman is talking to Mustache Man.
I don't know what their business model is, but it's not good.
It isn't very good because jumping ahead to the end of the film, not to bring it, I won't give anything away, we'll get to it. But it's like,
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
yeah, well, no, we're going to get to it. I just don't want to do it right now.
No, I know what you mean.
But it's like, yeah, we got a problem here. It's like, wait a minute, you went through all this trouble to make these death machines, and it's like he bumps you on the way up the stairs, and we got a problem.
Yeah, this ain't working. Well, I mean, but even the beginning part, where okay, we need to get this guy's business. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna kill all his assassins
Right.
that he's hiring, and then tell him that you have to hire our assassins. Okay, so then he shows up. What do we do to prove that we're great assassins? Let's kill his driver.
Who just happens to be one of his henchmen's son, like a good friend of his. He goes, the only reason why I hired you was because of your father. So maybe not even his head. It could have been like another mob boss that he was like really close with. And they deliver this kid, he's a kid, his kid's head in a basket to him. And then he shoots her waiter.
Which is the only part of this film that made sense to me. I was like, there you go.
I genuinely laughed. I laughed pretty hard when that happened. And he's like, oh, you killed my driver? I kill your waiter. Now we're even. It's like, what?
That's only a cab. I mean, that's all I can think of. I'm just like obsessing. How the hell does he get home now?
He should have just made her waiter his new driver.
Yeah, right? You're with me now. Get in the car. My car? Where's my car? I mean, God, why would you made me drive all the way out to your mansion for a business deal. You kill my driver. The car's nowhere. How am I getting home? We don't have Uber. It's 1976.
That's right.
But we're glossing over the restaurant scene here, Joey.
That hasn't happened yet at this point in time. Because after...
Oh, I love when when he yells at the driver. He's like, yeah, you don't tell me how to do anything. Blah, blah, blah. And he gets in the car and he peels away. And it's like, was I too harsh on him?
Well, actually, this is where he ends up in the restaurant, where the owner of the restaurant, Tony, who isn't the most over the top Italian guy in a movie I've seen, but pretty fucking close.
If you want a good spaghetti, you got to come here.
You got to come here. I don't tell anyone my recipe because then they won't come here. They just eat at home.
That's one thing that's hard to find is a good spaghetti.
Yeah, you eat it. You let me know how it is. I wait.
The budget, they couldn't afford linguine, so I had to be spaghetti.
Oh my God. It's just... Hey! You eat this spaghetti over here. You're gonna like it. I know you're gonna like it. So you come anytime. If you need any help, you come and find me. And then he comes... And then he finds this red Buddha in his spaghetti, right?
Which I couldn't tell what it was. I was like, is that a fist? I don't know.
Well, because it's covered in tomato sauce.
Yeah.
It's almost like he ate a part of the red Buddha. So then he calls Tony over. And he's like, hey, what is this? Is this a joke? And Tony's like, I find out who did it is I fire him, even if he's my own brother. Hey, oh my God. It's so ridiculous.
And again, so he's at the restaurant, he's eating spaghetti, and then you just see these headlights out in the distance in the window. It's like, uh-oh. So they drive a truck through the restaurant to get to him, miss him completely, and then meet him out back.
Right.
Where they set up the whole thing where apparently you can't kill these guys with bullets.
You can't kill them with bullets, even if they're shot in the head.
Right. Well, that happens later.
That happens not too much later, but it happens later.
And they and this is where they kind of set up the whole idea, because this is the first time they kill someone with the Buddha, and without saying it, they kind of set up this idea that they deliver the red Buddha. They deliver the red Buddha, and whoever receives the red Buddha is killed.
He's killed dead. Oh, here's Tony delivering the spaghetti.
I texted Joe. He's like, Joe, you watching this? It's like, not yet. Why? What's wrong?
Well,
nothing.
Well, I have to be honest. When you texted me, and you just said, "Have you seen Death Machines yet?" And I'm like, "No, why?" I go, "Everything okay?" Because I thought maybe it was like he was kind of checking in on me to see if I'd seen it because maybe we couldn't record tonight. That was kind of like where I was thinking. And he was like, "Oh, no reason. You're going to like that restaurant scene." I'm like, "Oh, no." As soon as the words restaurant appeared on my screen, I'm like, it's going to be an Italian restaurant.
Hey, Joe, you ain't driving so good.
How you eating? Oh, look at this calamari. Ah. And of course, it's your traditional stereotypical Italian restaurant with the bottle of wine on the table, wrapped in like the bamboo, the wallpaper. I think I've hung that wallpaper. The red and white checkered tablecloth.
Now, considering the Asian stereotyping in the film, I think you got off easy.
It's only one scene, but yes.
Yeah, you don't have Madeline Kahn stumbling through the whole thing.
And that is the most disgusting plate of spaghetti I've ever seen. It doesn't even look like spaghetti. It looks like somebody
had Buddha in it.
It looks like someone chewed it up and then spit it on the plate and served it.
Hey, Tony does that for you out of respect,
Oh, this is where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fire him, even if he's my own brother."
You're giving me a heart of arteries.
A heart artery. Oh my God.
I couldn't get over the fact they killed his driver. So how the hell am I going to get home? It is ridiculous. So after that scene, did they explain why they attacked the dojo?
Only because the guy that owned it was one of the hits. But then they killed everybody.
Well, leave no witnesses, I guess.
It was leave no witnesses. So I don't know why they just didn't go to his home.
My favorite, I have like two favorite lines out of this film. The first one is when they just show everybody practicing at the dojo.
Right.
The sensei or whatever you want to call him comes out. Everybody stops and at attention, puts their fists up, and he goes, "Does this Buddha belong to anybody?" No? Then I guess I'll keep it for myself.
Well, no. Doesn't he say something along the lines? He goes, "I think I just might keep it for myself."
Yeah, it's not as straightforward. Now, there are only two people in this film that have a list of credits that are longer than like this film and one or two other movies. And the instructor, Eric, his name is Eric Lee.
Okay.
His real name. He's one of them. He was originally supposed to play the Chinese Death Machine.
Oh, so what was he? A stunt
He's
coordinator?
an actual martial arts expert.
Which guy is he in the film?
He's the guy with the
mustache.
Does this Buddha belong to anybody?
Oh,
That's
that
him.
guy. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. He was supposed to play the Chinese, but he had conflicting schedule with a Peckinpah film, Killer Elite. So he just did a walk-in for that. It's uncredited. You won't see it unless you go on IMDb.
Oh, wow.
Now, you might recognize him. You're not going to recognize him. But you might recognize him as the Hatchet Man from Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh.
Ah.
That was in the alley scene. The scene in the alley, the fight scene in the alley.
He's one of the three brothers, one with the hatchets.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's him.
Really? Wow, look at that.
Yeah. And apparently the guy that plays White Death Machine, Ronald Marchini, apparently he's done other films too.
Yeah, and he was he's a martial arts guy, like outside of films, and he was an executive producer on this movie.
But literally every other person in this film, if you look them up on IMDb, it'll say known for death machines.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign.
Waiter just got shot. But the best part about that scene, other than the waiter getting shot, and my one of my favorite lines is, "You kill my driver, I kill your waiter." But when he delivers the head in the basket, the mustache man, the mob boss, he's got a full glass of wine, but the waiter sees it upon himself to give him more, almost saying like, "You're gonna need more." We just delivered your driver's head in a basket. Something tells me you're going to need a little more wine.
I'm going to cap that off before you open that basket.
That's right.
But like everybody in this film is this is either the only film they did, or it's one of 2 or 3 films they did.
Right.
Except for those 2 guys. So it's really a cast of rank amateurs.
Yeah, and
which doesn't show. It's surprising.
No, it's very surprising. It's crazy. Jesus Christ.
Now during the dojo scene where they kill everybody, I like the last standing guy who grabs the sword and hits the power cord.
Oh. And he's
he didn't have a chance.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something. This is a listener request.
Yeah, it is. This is the first of our listener requests. We forgot to mention that.
Yeah, and I believe Sammy J is a YouTube user. You can find him on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Tell him Moviesucktastic sent you. But he is a listener, and he requested that we do this film. And how could we say no?
We should have said no.
We should have said no.
God awful.
We asked to be hurt.
Yeah. This is our own fault.
It is our own fault. We actually been getting I posted on YouTube a quick little video, and just asking listeners to give us requests, and we've actually gotten a few already.
Yeah,
and we probably have about maybe 10 or 15 movies in a pool that we can cherry pick from.
Yeah, and if you're listening, because if you're not listening, don't bother listening.
Well, yeah.
But if you're listening, it's a stupid fucking thing to say, and I said it twice.
Yes, that's okay.
But we've been throwing a lot. Joey mainly has been throwing up a lot of the past episodes on YouTube, and we've got like 50 or 60 up now, and it's really just. It's for a long time there we really couldn't get anything on YouTube, but finally for some reason it's laxing a little bit, and we're getting a lot of our shows up. So definitely check out some of those.
Absolutely.
Especially if you've ever heard us talk about the infamous Oscar show where we did the drinking game and it ended unwell for me. That is now live. You can watch that in its entirety.
Yeah, and if you're only interested in the last 20 minutes,
no, don't. You have to watch the whole thing. I support, so can you.
I agree. But
don't just tell them to fast forward.
No. But to finish what Scott was saying, he's right. I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's some sort of new rules and regulation that YouTube follows now, but we don't get flagged immediately anymore if there's a copyright notice. I think I mentioned last episode or the episode before, it's almost like they're taking a innocent until proven guilty kind of tactic where you don't get a flag where it cuts off everything you can do on YouTube, because that's what used to happen. You upload a video and you had a copyright issue of any kind, it stopped your YouTube dead in its tracks until it was resolved. That's the reason why we have 150 episodes, videos that haven't been put on the YouTube page. Because I put one up, it would get flagged, and then I'd have to wait a month for it to get approved. But now, if there's a copyright notice, I've noticed 99% of the time, whoever the copyright owner is, even though it is fair use and we could fight it, but why bother? We don't make money doing this. They just monetize it now. And our video gets to stay.
Great. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. So that's why we're getting a lot of content, and it feels like it has been a really long time coming.
I just discovered something amazing, and I'm not going to share it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll share it a little bit. But
because
so definitely check out the YouTube channel for not only the newer stuff now, but the older stuff. Joey's even going back and starting at number 1 and doing all of the old ones. They're slideshows instead of video for most of them because we weren't that technically. And if you watch the first 5 or 6, sorry about the audio. It gets better, honest.
Yeah, well, we were borrowing a microphone from my office.
Yeah, it was we were really just fucking around.
Oh, so, we had no idea.
Are.
Well, we still are, but we have professional equipment now. Now we're fucking around with expensive equipment.
Right, so it sounds a little better.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better.
But
yeah, we're doing slideshows and we're using good software to do it, and it looks really nice. So yeah, there's no video, but it should keep you engrossed for the show, for the length of the show. I think so anyway.
Yeah, I actually ended up watching the Masters of the Universe one you posted.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I like these guys.
Yeah, these guys are pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and the pictures are fun. Yeah, so definitely check them out. God damn it.
You got a cat
So-
on your head.
Yeah. So during that dojo attack, they cut off this white guy's arm,
Oh,
and the camera kept pointing to this white guy, and you're thinking like, yeah, this guy's like a character. He's a major character.
The sensei just got electrocuted himself, by the way. But yeah, this guy that becomes a main character,
No, he gets his hand cut off.
he gets his
right
hand. He gets his hand cut off, which is a terrible scene because at first glance, you think most of his arm gets cut off, but it's not. It's just the hand.
I just don't think they thought that far ahead. They're like,
No.
well, how are we gonna cut? All right,
And they just make him wear a black glove,
yeah.
and they just
No, that's
just kind of
cosmetic.
yeah.
That's a cosmetic limb.
Well, it is, but they don't have a budget for that, so they just say, "Here, wear this glove."
Right.
And you kind of think because he's in a dojo, he's a black belt, and
yeah.
all of this, you start to think, all right. And then after he gets hurt, the cops visit him, and he starts to sound real tough. He's like, "I'm never gonna forget who they are."
I find them.
He goes, "You let the police handle this," and he's like, "Police work? Police handle this?" He goes, "No. If I find them, I'm gonna deliver them to you in pieces." So you start to think, all right.
Big showdown, big final fight scene. Yeah,
maybe this guy is gonna, he's got caught off guard. These guys, they come in, and maybe he's actually really good, and shit's gonna go down. And throughout the film, the rest of the film, you're disappointed every scene he's in. I can't wait till we start talking about him and his nurse girlfriend. Where it's like, how did this relationship happen? Like it literally just evaporated, or it came out of thin air.
If there are two films that have ruined martial arts films for me, like 70s martial arts films for me for the rest of my life, it's Kung Pao and Kentucky Fried Movie. Because every time they showed the nurse, I'm like, oh, it's just, I can't help it. And I wanted to watch A Fistful of Yen after this. It's just,
right.
Good. If I was asleep and you were my alarm clock, how would you wake me up? I wouldn't. I'm no ding-a-ling.
Oh, okay. And then
I love that line.
Yeah, here are the two detectives at the precinct, and they're just like, they have to take this course, and they've mentioned it like 2 or 3 times, and then his partner's like, "Hey, maybe we should take that course." He goes, "The fuck that course? We got real shit to do." And he's like, "Yeah, but maybe we should go to that course." It's like, all right, something's gonna happen with this course. Like it's gonna play into the film somehow.
It's like the bowling tournament, Big Lebowski. When are we going to see the course? I want to see what's going on in the course. And Holly, she's still in at this point. She's like, "Isn't that Barney Miller?" So that's not Barney Miller. So that's Barney Miller. That's the black guy from Barney Miller.
Like, no, it's not.
I was like, no, it's not. But I mean, it would have been a nice crossover.
And then this is where he tells him, he goes, "Oh, I hate hospitals." "Well, you better get used to it. You got to question a lot of people in hospitals." It's like, well, wait, what?
You got to put them in hospitals.
Yeah, you got to inconvenience them and go talk to them after they've been hurt or maimed.
Put on this candy striper uniform.
Yeah, I love it. This guy, he's really trying to act. This guy, he kind of looks like the guy in the bed where he's got his eyes closed, and they come in and his eyes are still closed, and he goes, "I'm awake." It's like he's trying to emote. I can tell.
I was going to say he's emoting.
He looks like he could be Viggo
let me ask you this.
Mortensen's.
Before he said "I'm awake," did you think he was asleep?
No.
Oh, all right, never mind.
No, his acting isn't anywhere near that good. He kind of looks like Viggo Mortensen if Viggo couldn't act, and kind of was left behind by Hollywood.
Right.
Kind of looks a little like him.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and just explain what happens next, because it just starts. We start upping the ante. The cops question him, get nowhere.
Right.
Except we'll send a sketch artist to get.
Because he tells them that he's never going to forget their faces, and he's like, "All right, we'll send a sketch artist before you forget them."
On the way out, they're like, "Oh, can we give him can we give him packages? Someone delivered this." They open the box. It's a red Buddha.
Oh.
Now, my question is, since they intercepted the red Buddha and it never actually got to him, can they still kill him?
Yeah,
it seems kind of unfair.
Shouldn't they have been trying to kill that nurse and the two detectives? Specifically the two detectives, because he actually touched it?
Because the Asian mustache guy goes to the apartment where the death machines live, because apparently they can't live on campus. Or no, is that a,
no? They live in
is that a room?
No, they live in the house. Yeah, a room in the house.
Why are they in the same room?
I don't know, but they keep
That's
showing
weird.
them walk up the stairs to the same room, kind of like they just got home from school and it's like, gotta go do my homework.
Don't they get their own rooms?
There could be different rooms inside of that room, but they don't ever show it. They don't show it.
A lot of rooms in a room. Anyway, He says you were supposed to be no witnesses left behind. The red Buddha's been delivered to him. Go get him.
Yeah, but it just looks like they're always having like a sausage party in there.
Yeah,
like the three of them just came to the door to talk to the other mustache guy, and one of them's not wearing a shirt. The other one has a towel on his shoulder, and then the other one is just wearing like that black wife beater.
Oh, they're working out.
Yeah, they're working out all right.
Yeah, easy there.
Doing some push-ups.
But he tells them, we've delivered the red Buddha to him.
Yeah.
Go take them out. I'm wondering if he just told them to take them out, would they stop him and say, "Hey, did he have a red Buddha?" You can't, you got to send the red Buddha first. It's a weird protocol. So these guys, they have this weird idea of what stealth is. Instead of like sneaking up or whatever, they do this whole routine where they have one under the sheet on a gurney, and they roll him by, and he stealthily sits up, screams "Ayah!" and stabs him.
What you're talking about when they get
when they kill the guy out front, the cop that's guarding the door.
They didn't kill the cop. He made it.
Yeah, he got up and he screamed "Yeah!" and he stabbed him or something.
Oh! You're talking about the first cop.
Yeah, the cop guarding the door.
Yeah. He just did some like "Hiya!" kind of bullshit.
I forget if he stabbed him or what, because I know he did something to him bad.
It's coming up. I believe I believe he did get stabbed.
Yeah, and then the Asian guy runs in, stabs the bed quickly, and they all run out.
Yeah, almost like just like tag. You're it.
They're so like every other killing they've done. They're so we got to blow up him in his car, but this one is like just stab the bed once and let's split.
Right. It's like you can't.
It's weird.
It's like you don't see me. Stab.
and then the guy that looks like every other he looks like the cop in every 70s sitcom.
Yeah. With
the curly hair. He eventually takes down White Death Machine after 8 or 10 bullets to the chest and 1 to the head.
He shoots him in the fucking head and he doesn't die.
About time someone shot him in the head.
Right. Well, and the thing is,
the driver didn't. Well, that's why he's a driver.
They make you think that he dies. Well, not really, but they said, well, the mustache guy that's with the Asian lady, he comes back and he goes, he was
Asian mustache guy.
He says either he was apprehended or he was killed. And you kind of think he's killed because of the way he's screaming after he gets shot in the head. He's not fucking Wolverine. That bullet ain't coming out. You know?
You know that.
You're right. I don't know that.
See, there you go.
It's a bit presumptuous of me to think.
Like when they drag him into the police station, we're going to question him now. Oh, you mean the guy you shot in the head? Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah, he's part of a group that has killed, at least a dozen people, and you keep talking about uncuffing him.
And then
actually,
Green,
the scene with the cop, he punches him. He does like a back punch, and he goes "Hiya!" And he doesn't kill him. He's the guy that actually shoots White Death Machine in the head. So no cop gets killed in that scene.
Right. Okay. I thought he stabbed him. My bad. Yeah. So
he doesn't.
When they drag him in, Forrester, the head cop.
Right. Well, the Forrester, they get taken off the case because they didn't go to that class.
Right. Yeah, Captain Green comes out all full of piss and vinegar. Is like, you guys don't follow the rules. So you know what? It's either my way or the highway, or words to that effect. And it's like, so they're going to do it, and you're going to sit here and fill out forms. Yeah. And so the asshole in the blue leisure suit, the blue suit.
I just realized I saw the scene again. He doesn't get shot in the head. The bullet grazes him off the side of his head.
I don't know if they make it clear. Yeah, I mean, he gets shot in the head.
Yeah, but it looks, because I saw it before he put his hand on there, a chunk of skin was like removed, so it was a graze. If it wasn't, it was terribly done, because it just
it had
looked
to be
like
more of a graze.
Now that I saw it again, it looks like it was just a graze.
Maybe a ricochet. I mean,
I don't know.
No matter
but
what,
he
got
screamed
shot
like
in the
he
head.
screamed like a little pussy from a graze. I mean, he's got 2 bullets in the chest, and he barely winced. He gets a graze on the forehead, and he cries like a little girl.
Yeah, I mean, forget the bullet in the head. He shot him like 3 or 4 times in the chest, and so how come he's not in a hospital? They drag him. You question him in the hospital? No, drag him in here. Give him his clothing back. And drag him into the.
Can I just ask your opinion on something?
Well, yes, sir.
Asian chick totally fucks the black dude, right?
Oh yeah. Is it true what they say?
Totally goes.
She got some Wiener Schnitzel. Yes.
Totally goes Mandingo on her, right?
Yeah, you're not allowed in here.
And then she like puts out the candle and it goes dark.
It's like you're not allowed in here, but you're allowed in here.
Yeah, in here, I mean like here, right here, down here. Look down here.
I'm tired, sick and tired of love.
This is why we need to do the commentary, because we can write some pretty good lines.
Now, so when they bring White. I'm sorry, was I talking over you?
No. I was just like with the whole scene where she does the candle. We could totally borrow it from Kung Pao. I don't think they mind.
Now, when they bring White Death Machine into the police station, here's a shock. He breaks free.
Yeah, well, because the one guy's like, I think he's sick. Let's uncuff him. It's like, dude, he just helped kill 12 people.
It's great. They build up your hatred for the leisure suit guy. It's like, this guy's an asshole. But then when he brings them in with the other guy, the other guy says, should I take his cuffs off? She's like, what, are you crazy? You saw what he did to all those people? Don't take the cuffs off. It's like, I like this guy. This is a smart guy.
And then the other guy...
Read him his rights. We already read his rights. I want it on tape. It's like, wow, this guy follows procedure. This is actually this is a good cop.
Right. He was written pretty well.
Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. He's an asshole, but he's a good asshole.
Right, and he already took his class.
Right, because he took his classes. That's why he has a better demeanor. Then Chucklehead takes off the handcuffs, and everything goes sideways. and I love the fact that during his rampage, when he runs around the police station for 5 minutes, martial arts attacking everybody, the cops that finally draw their guns after the first couple minutes end up shooting other cops.
Right.
And all I can think is when he finally escapes by climbing down the side of the building, running off, I just wish they cut back to one of the cops and, all right, so let's get the story straight. He grabbed a gun and shot everybody, right? We all clear on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do the paperwork if everyone is just
and we're he's the one that shot Larry and Bill and Steve and Sally, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny about that scene too? When White Death Machine, he basically runs, and instead of just escaping, he runs back in the other direction.
He couldn't find the exit.
He couldn't find the exit.
They did not have clearly marked exits. That's why he eventually had to climb out the side of the building.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you notice? And again, this is, I don't want to say nitpicky, but the guy climbing down, he's got white chalk on his hands. You could see it puff in the wind.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's like, listen, if I'm gonna do this stunt, I need some white chalk. I need some rock climbing chalk. Not doing it otherwise.
By the way, the death machines all did their own stunts.
Oh, did they?
Oh yes.
Oh, very cool.
So I heard.
So yeah, because he was running along not even a balcony. It was like a ledge to get to a balcony, and it was clearly White Death Machine. He was running across that ledge.
So he runs to a small diner in Wyoming in the early '60s, And the diner owner immediately gives him a free hamburger and religious pamphlets,
Right.
which honestly I believe.
It was one of the more believable points in the film.
Yeah.
Son,
Now,
if you're in trouble, you need to find God. And of course, he's not talking to him, but he's also not killing him either, which I think that scene was kind of designed to show that, not that he's compassionate in any way, but that he doesn't have a reason to kill anyone there.
I don't think I think you're giving the film way too much credit.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't, but yeah, at this point you're supposed to be rooting for them a bit now, because then the motorcycle gang from Every Which Way But Loose comes in.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
Wah, wah. You see this? You know what this means? And I once again asked
Left
Holly
turn,
if
Clyde.
I could get the. Yeah, when that scene happened, I did once again ask Holly if I could get the Black Widow tattoo, and she said no. Just because I want to do that to somebody in a diner. You see this? You know what this means? But yeah, they come and then
The one guy just keeps referring to him as Tarzan.
Yeah, well, and calling him a cop. They spend a good 2 minutes or 3 minutes trying to goad him into fighting,
like, taunting him and everything. And he's like, listen, you don't have a red Buddha, it's not happening.
And it's like, dude,
but I like
it doesn't take us this long to get people to fight with us. What's going on?
I did like one of the biker guy's lines, where he's just like, this guy's a cop. But then he's egging him on. This guy's a cop. And he goes, man, look at all these muscles. He goes, I got muscles like that. They're all on the inside. I was like, this is not a bad line. That's actually a pretty good line.
And but then one of them touches him, and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, he's ah!
But the guy that took 4 bullets to the chest and 1 in the head, and was okay, is knocked out cold by a diner a luncheon stool.
Yeah.
1 stool to the face, and he was down. But luckily,
and he ate like half a burger.
What?
And he ate half a burger too.
Yeah, there's energy. Yeah. But then Black Death Machine and Asian Death Machine came to his rescue.
They sure did.
Not sure how they found him at that diner. Maybe it was a rendezvous point.
Yeah, and I don't think they installed any kind of tracking in them. So.
And they kick everybody's ass except the old guy and his daughter. I'm assuming.
Yeah, they left them alone.
Right. Now, at
Again,
this point in the
Red
film,
Buddha.
Everything kind of switches gears to the love story, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Because
oh God,
I don't even remember his name. What was it? Frank?
Yeah,
Frank. Okay, he gets out of the hospital. He's healed up enough. He quits school. Gets his job back at the bartender at the bar as a bartender. Right. He's like, yeah, one-armed bartender. That should be good for entertainment. People will want to see that.
And the girl, the nurse, has fallen in love with him for some reason.
And what I think is hilarious, the bar owner keeps asking him to get stuff. He's got one hand. Well, he keeps asking him to get stuff.
You're glossing over it. She meets him at the dojo, and he's like, I quit the school and everything. They have a weird fight kind of thing. Yeah. And then it cuts to him like caressing her head. But then he says, you want to go to a bar? I mean, the food's not good, but it's not a great bar, but the food's okay. And she says, is it a nice bar? And I immediately said, no. And then they cut to this girl stripping in the corner.
Yeah, who was just hired a week ago. And he's like, yeah, she was hired a week ago because he thought she'd help business. But she hasn't.
Well, I just like how I just like even called it, which is like, is it a good restaurant? No.
Well, they make that joke twice with the bar and the hotel or the motel.
No, but they ruined it for the second one because then she says, "Is it a good hotel?" And I'm like, "No." And the next scene should have been them all going to the hotel and the girls dancing nude in the corner. Fuck that up.
But he is such he's such a pathetic character. You don't even feel bad for him.
Because the bar fight breaks out, and you're like, oh, this is where he stands up and
he gets
his martial arts expertise.
He gets his ass handed to him. Literally handed to him by some old fucking Gordon's fisherman looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he
his Hispanic half half cousin?
I don't know, but
What the hell?
he's just at one point throwing pool balls, like the balls from the pool table at the mirror and the bar and the drinks, and just the old guy is fucking kicking ass and taking names.
Well, the old guy loses his money in the jukebox, and then when the guy's like, "I'll give you your money back," it's like, "No, this sucks," and he starts. Then he
wants his dollar back for his beer.
Right. He starts the breakdown and just starts beating people up. Then the guy that looks like a short version of the Death Machine from Dusk Till Dawn joins in for no reason. Yeah. And like now he's on his side. So did they come in together? Because they're not dressed the same. They don't. I don't see these guys hanging out together that often. What's the deal?
Nope. And then Frank gets his ass kicked. Like I was in awe of how much. He got his ass kicked in that scene. At any point, I'm thinking, all right, he's picking himself off the bar. He's gonna fuck. Something inside of him is going to just. It's like a fucking animal unleashed, you know. And no, he actually gets weaker. He actually gets. It's like he learned nothing in karate school. Learned nothing. And then the Gordon's fisherman guy hits him for like the last time, and he just is sprawled out on the bar, right? And he Gordon's fisherman grabs like a stool and throws it through the glass window, and it's in the middle of the fucking day. I thought it was going to be a little bit later in the evening, but no, it's the middle of the day.
No,
so he throws it there.
It was the lunch hour rush. That's why everything went haywire.
Throws it through the front glass and just fucking leaves. So then the next shot pans over casually. He's like, fuck this place.
Yeah.
I'm going to George's bar down the street. That's where I'm going.
I'm taking my business elsewhere. Thank you very much.
Because he leaves. I thought he was going to destroy the jukebox, but then it was like, oh wait, that's not.
Yeah, that made more sense. It's like I was with you. He's grabbing the stools. Oh, there goes the jukebox. Like,
but then I was thinking,
can't break.
Yeah, it's like, we don't have the budget to destroy this jukebox.
Apparently, plate glass is cheaper than the jukebox.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
It almost looked like they removed the glass and put like this fake plasticky shit because it didn't break like glass.
It didn't break right, yeah.
It didn't break right. So it was almost like they took the glass out and they threw it through there and then they were just going to put it back. So then, okay, so that now he's nonchalantly leaving. So pan over to the next shot where Frank is sprawled out on the bar and there's like this stream of like what looks like toilet water. It's just water from the sink, but it's like this little sprout of water. And then there's the nurse.
The only thing missing is I thought it was beer like from a tap. The only thing missing is it should have been like going onto his face.
Right. So he's sprawled out. He's fucking unconscious. Okay. He's fucking, two sheets.
He's not doing well.
He's not doing well. So then you got nurse lady. She's staring over him. Pans over to a fucking love scene.
Well, hang on.
It goes right from that to them ready to fucking get down.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, I just got my ass kicked, and that made her hot.
Yeah, he's sprawled out. He's got his ass kicked by an old guy, and then she's looking down and like, I'm gonna have this man inside me. Yeah, actually, I think what she was thinking was, I think what she was thinking was, well, at least I know he won't beat me up.
Yeah, right. Like, man,
I apparently can take him in my sleep.
This guy is not good at karate.
Yeah, that woos her.
Totally. And then right after they're done, which you don't even see really anything, but
there's not even like shadows. It was just like he like caresses her cheek. Next thing you know, they're talking in the hotels, or talking in the rooms. Like, yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? Yeah, that was very acceptable.
Well, after they're done, he's getting dressed, and she's like, they're like fucking married at this point.
Yeah.
She's like, well, where do we go from here?
That should have been the line. Well, now that means we're married now, right?
Because they are. They are married. Because for the rest of the film, they act like they're married.
Yeah, I was thinking at this point they're.
It's just.
Basically,
like,
they
did
they
get visited by a priest at some point and actually get married?
In that moment in the bar, they both settled.
Well, really, because
they both really settled.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like. I'm not even trying for anything better. This is it. They both realized this is the best I'm going to do, and let's just not talk about it.
Yeah, because she's like, well, where do we go from here? He goes, well, you'll go back to the hospital, and I'll go back to the bar. But I think
What bar?
that's right. What fucking bar? Oh, you mean the bar that just got destroyed? It's like, shouldn't you be there now, like cleaning up or something? And then he's like, you got some days off coming, right? 3 days. Let's just go drive around. I got enough money for a couple of movies. The weekend. Yeah.
3 days isn't time off. 3 days is a long weekend.
Right. And it's just like, yeah, we'll go out, get some dinner. We'll go maybe see a movie or two. It'll be great. We'll go get a motel. And she's like, oh, that sounds great.
Is it a good motel?
Is it a good motel?
No.
And then it pans over to them leaving the motel, which then they get into the car.
Is it a good car?
Is it a good car? They get into the car, and that's where he sees the 3 death machines. He's like, those are the guys that cut off my hand.
That's one of my favorite parts, like dialogue-wise. That's them. That's them. Who? The guys that cut off my hand. Waiting for her to go, oh.
Oh, that's them.
Why did you say so?
But I love his interaction with her. Okay, get that license plate. It's like, you're there too, buddy.
He's driving. He's driving. He obviously has to get the license plate.
But she gets the plate, and she says it twice. All right?
Right.
Yeah, to say it out loud.
Memorizing it. That's perfectly acceptable.
And I was fine with that.
Right.
But then he's like, get out of the car, call Detective Forrester, tell him what's happening, I'm following him. And she's like, yeah, but get out of the car! Like, now he gets tough.
Well, yeah, because they're driving away from him.
And at this point in the film,
I've already given up.
Well, yeah. Where I'm going with it is, at this point in the film, I have zero confidence that he's going to do anything heroic. That he's going to fight one or all of them and win in some way. I go, there's...
In the back of my head, I'm still hoping. I'm like, maybe this is where, like, maybe now is when he goes deep and comes out. And
what is he going to get, the fucking glow from the Last Dragon? Because that's the only way he's going to fucking win.
After I had to put on the Last Dragon music after I watched it.
The glow, you know. It's like, what?
Who's the master?
Who's the master? I'm the master. It's like, I'm waiting, but I'm like, there's no way. I go, I've seen enough of this film, because at this point, there's literally maybe 10 or 15 minutes left in the movie.
So the next scene is what really, this is where I really have to question the business model of Madeline Kahn.
Okay.
Because he follows them, and stealthily, he knows what stealth is. He sneaks because he's a coward and a wimp. And he sneaks up and he watches.
He really is a coward and a wimp.
Yes, our hero, ladies and gentlemen. And he creeps up and he watches as a plane lands. The death machines and the Asian mustache guy, they pull up in a car. The plane lands. The mustache guy from the beginning of the film that they were trying to get, whose business they were trying to get.
Oh, wait. We totally glossed over one of the parts in the film.
Oh, what part?
The one hit where they kidnap his daughter.
Oh, shit! That's before this. Oh,
that's right. That is before this.
Thank you. Well, again, you know what? Because they're so disjointed.
Oh, wait. I have to bring it up. Okay, they're in the diner, real quick, and they're fighting.
Yeah.
And the one guy gets thrown out the door into a pile of cans. Strategically piled, like, triangle of cans. And it's like, first of all...
move those cans, Sally.
It's like, first of all... It's like, obviously that was done for the movie. Because no one piles cans like that outside of your establishment. Who does that? Nobody does that. Anyway.
It's not a great diner, let's be fair.
No.
More like a lunch counter.
No. Ham's Beer. I've never heard of that beer.
No, I think that's the name of the
restaurant.
It
was in the front, like Miller Lite. It said Ham's Beer.
HAM apostrophe S?
It's either HAAMS or HAMMS.
It's AMM. Okay, Ham's Brewery. It was the name of an American brewing company in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Oh, they were in competition with Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes, yes. I'm not sure if they're around anymore. I don't see.
Probably not.
A final attempt at expansion was made in 1963. The venture was more successful. They started closing down in 1967.
How are they still? Well, I guess they probably just had the neon light and just never got rid of it.
They started by 1967, so they may still have the neon light.
All right.
Anyway, that's beer history.
Beer history.
On Moviesucktastic.
There you go. I like beer. I don't love beer, but I like beer.
Somewhere between the police station attack and the plane I was talking about.
Right after the diner scene, Asian Madeline Kahn says we have the whatever mob guy, mustache guy, Gregory or whatever his name is. Here's the other hit. So
this guy is like the head of a university, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Now, who are they trying to put in place of him? The mustache guy?
No, not the mustache guy. Just like one of his goons that he can tell what to do.
Okay, so the Asian guy, they kidnap his daughter.
Yeah, because they want to do this job without violence if they can, because the mob guy has requested it. Which he's ordering hits like it's nothing, and he's like, yeah, do this one without any violence. See how that goes.
So he hires his hitman to not hit somebody.
Yeah.
Right. So they kidnap the daughter, drug her, and take photos of her in weird sexual positions.
Right. Well, guys start to take their jackets off, almost like the pictures are going to depict her being raped, or because when he hands him the basket, and I knew it wasn't her head. I just knew it was going to be pictures.
Well, because you can't kidnap somebody and then kill them and then use that as leverage, because you just lost your leverage.
Exactly. So he says, pictures worth 1,000 words. And he goes, pay no mind to what is going on in these pictures. Just know that we have your daughter. And the guy he's just like, oh, man. Like, that's kind of like his demeanor. It's like, oh, shit.
But, so it's like, you kidnap the daughter, then you say, okay, do this and we'll give you your daughter back. Instead, they're like, here, do this or we'll release these photos and this will tarnish her life because she'll be known as a sex pervert thing. It's like, but you still have her hostage, right? It's like, they're not clear on that. It's like, yeah, we kind of have her, but that's not the leverage we're using.
Their ultimatum is, listen, just go somewhere else and do the same exact thing.
And take your daughter with you. Do a job somewhere else. And
the guy is basically like, oh, why would I leave this sweetheart job? This is an awesome job. I don't want to leave this job. You know how hard I've worked to get this job? And the guy's like, we have your daughter. We're making her do silly shit.
They don't threaten to kill her.
No.
And you would assume that would be like that, an idea. So when he finally says, I'm not going to do it, says, well, I wish you had. He handcuffs him to the filing cabinet and brings out a big red Buddha with a bomb on it.
Yeah, with a timer.
With a timer, leave it there. Now, so instead of threatening his daughter's life or killing the daughter and saying, now we'll do that to you, or instead of just killing him, he handcuffs him to the filing cabinet and puts a Buddha with a bomb on it and leaves.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Right. And then locks the door. And this guy is having
by the way, those filing cabinet drawers, they come right out.
Not only do they come out, but that unit is not that fucking heavy.
Wait, what do you got, gold in there? Come on, it's papers. Move that shit around.
What kind of a pussy are you?
Even hide behind the filing cabinet. It worked for the Fonz.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So he's got in a shouting match back with his secretary. Get the key! And she's looking around just like, oh my God, I gotta find this key somewhere. I don't know where it is. And then she's just... Right, and then she's just looking through everything. And then, the key is in your desk! And it's like, why doesn't he know this?
Well, that's why you have a secretary, so you don't have to keep track of that shit yourself. Come on.
Well, maybe. And you could see this filing cabinet move a lot without him, really, moving much at all. You could see, it's just like, dude, just come on. I mean, I have filing cabinets in my office that are smaller or that are bigger that I can move. And they're filled with shit.
This film would make a great remake as just a flat out comedy.
Oh yeah.
And you wouldn't have to change anything.
Get the Kung Pao people to do it.
All the plot points we hit, keep everything in.
You know what would be great about this? If they made Kung Pao 2 and used footage from this.
No, don't even go that crazy. Just remake it. Just go from scratch. Yeah. A low budget film these days is like $20 million. They could do so much with this. Not even any special effects. Get actual martial artists, do some real fighting.
Yeah.
But make it a straight comedy. Fuck this trying to make it,
Well, what's hilarious about this is you see it's like tick, 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 the bomb, and it goes over once, then a second time, and then it seems like on the third time, it's finally going to okay, this is going to be it. It has to be. They've been doing this scene. This scene goes on for like a minute and a half to 2 minutes of him trying to get this key.
And then it stops.
And then it just stops, and then the whole fucking place explodes.
Well, no, it stops. He's like, oh. Whew.
The key is in your desk.
I can't reach to the desk.
Oh, I can't do... Oh, my... I'm just such a pussy. Like, you really are. And then there's this scene where he's like, go get help. And she's like, oh, my God. She puts her hands in the air, like, kind of halfway, like at her shoulders. I gotta go get help.
So this makes little sense to begin with. So fast forward again to where I was with our hero, the coward.
And just to clarify,
yes,
you there is no mention. You don't see, and there's no mention of the daughter again.
After that, no. Well, who cares? He's dead. What we care about the daughter?
But it's not even so much that. It's just that her head could have been delivered to someone in a basket.
Whose head is this? Whose head is this? The daughter? That was like last week. Where has this been? Why am I seeing this now? It's lunchtime. Where's the waiter? Oh shit, that's right. So the our hero is sneaking up and he's watching it's a small airstrip.
Yeah.
The death machines and the Asian mustache guy are waiting for the plane. The plane lands, pulls right up next to their car. Mustache guy gets out, hands a briefcase we assume is full of money to the Asian mustache guy. Plane circles around.
Well, hold on, real quick. When he gets the money and he opens it up, you don't actually see the inside because that probably would have cost them time or money to make it look like it was filled with money.
Right. So I'm saying we're assuming there's money in it.
Kind of makes this face almost like, wow, this fucking thing's empty. You don't know for a fact that's the case.
Why would you fly in with an empty suitcase? That doesn't make
sense. Well, because here's the thing. It's
no
like,
sense.
if we do the audio commentary, we can just add so much to that scene. Like, all right, here's your money.
But right now, yeah. So
he gets out of that plane, and it's like the size of a fucking Volkswagen Bug.
It's a small plane, big briefcase. We assume it has money in it. So all this business stuff has been to secure this guy as a customer for their business. He gets back in the plane circles around the leave, death machines pull out their rocket launcher and blow up the plane.
Yep. They blow up a whole plane.
They blew up the guy, they just got his business.
Right. And
that wasn't the only payment. I'm sure he's going to have more people to kill. You need customers to come back.
Their business model blows. You nailed it. Because I'm watching it and I'm just saying, because the scene before that, Asian Madeline Kahn, she's like, bring the 3 death machines with you. We might have to take care of this mob guy, mustache guy. Bring the 3 death machines because he might be thinking, hold on, I know why she did it. Because he might be thinking the same thing, like to take them out. But
he didn't.
Well, I'm getting to that. So he gets out of the plane, he hands them the money, he's like, here's your money, good doing business with you, I hope to do more. I mean, you don't hear that, but obviously if he gives them the money, gets back in the plane, and is ready to fly away, he's planning on doing more business.
That's called a good business transaction.
Right. So then they proceed to blow up the plane and the rest of their business that going forward.
And
it's like, did he pay them that so much money that it's like, yeah, we don't need to do this anymore?
The taxes on that mansion alone has got to be 2 or 3 briefcases.
It's
the upkeep,
it's
just
absurd.
Just
it's absurd.
the yard work alone.
The yard work alone. So, so they blow up the plane, and Pussy Frank, he's off to the side. He's just watching, and he's like, "Oh man." So they drive away. He gets back in his car. He follows them back to their mansion.
Now, while he's following them, we cut to the police station.
Yep.
Where Forrester gets the call from the girl. I don't know what Frank's going to do, but he followed them.
Well,
and
listen,
then
honey.
Forrester lays
Frank
into Captain Green.
Listen, honey. Frank ain't going to do shit. I'm just letting you know now. Frank doesn't even talk a good game. He ain't doing shit. He's going to go there and get his ass kicked again. And lo and behold, he does.
Well, don't gloss over Forrester having this moment by shooting out Captain Green.
Captain Green.
You can kiss my ass, Captain Green. And he, storms out.
Right. Well, earlier he's just like, what about arrests? What about apprehensions? What about this and that? He goes, well, they don't only look at that. They look at this stuff too. It's like, what? They look. Make sure you take that class. All right. So now, Forrester does his thing. He's on his way to the mansion because he's got the license plate, and I'm sure it's registered to that address.
Hold on. What would have been great is if she had called him at the station and was like, Forrester, no, he's not here. He's taking that course. Can I take a message? Urgent? No, he went back a couple hours. It's a long course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's going to be there all day.
I think that would have been a nice
I think they get lunch, but this one might be an all-day thing. I'm not sure.
It's just, I don't know when he's back. What's the message?
It's the worst stripper, by the way. She's barely dancing. No wonder why he's not making any money.
And she knows Frank very well. Hi, Frank. Can I have some change, Frank?
Oh, I didn't notice the menu is on the back wall, and you could barely make it out, but underneath it just says good food. It just says good food in pen on this menu.
With a big X through it.
Yeah. Frankie's, this is the scene, he just gets done going to get some beer, and, he tells her, he goes, yeah, I just had to move, a bunch of beer, a bunch of cases. And then the next thing you hear is the owner going, hey, can you go get me another case of beer? Sure, just ask the one guy with one hand to go get you more shit. That's
you need a hand with that?
That's great. I wonder why you just got your bar just trashed. You need a hand with that. And then Nurse Ratchet over here, she's like, I
want to see him make a martini with a...
Yeah, right? And she's like, maybe by the time I get used to you, you'll know yourself. It's like, ooh. It's like, oh my God.
Stop being such a pussy.
That's never going to happen.
He gets to the house.
He gets to the house. He walks in. And, well, first of all, before he gets to the house, Death Machines, all three, they come back with Asian mustache guy. They come in. And the money.
Hey, successful business transaction.
Yep, totally successful. Now, the three guys are going up the stairs, and White Death Machine bumps into Asian Madeline Kahn, and she's just kind of like, what the fuck? She just kind of makes this like, what the fuck kind of face, and looks right at Mustache Asian guy, and she's just like, did you see what the fuck he just did? And she just kind of makes that face. Did you see that shit? And then they go into their room.
Well, and she says, I think we have to take care of them.
I think we have to take care of them. And he pulls out a gun, which doesn't work for anyone else, by the way.
And you think they would know that since they're the ones that hired and or created the Death Machines.
Exactly.
It's not fully explained whether or not they're robots or what.
And none of it is explained.
And I think the robot thing is kind of implied, but never really followed through on. Right.
So, he cocks the gun, and I'm just saying, this hasn't worked for anyone else.
No, not even in the head. No.
Yeah, and I'm saying, do these have some sort of special bullets in them? I'm like, are they going to try that? Because they've been really bad so far. It's like I don't think this is going to work out the way he thinks.
So Frank's outside, And he's walking up to the house, and he hears bam, 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 and he thinks gunshots.
You hear
I should
3
go outside.
gunshots. You hear 3.
Yeah, that's what I did. Bam, bam, bam.
Right.
And they said gunshots. Yeah, this sounds safe. I should go in. And he does
goes
go
in.
in. And he creeps up the stairs.
Creeps
and then
up the stairs.
the saddest moment of the entire film takes place.
Asian Madeline Kahn comes out with a sword and chases him outside of the house like the pussy that he is.
She doesn't chase him. He falls back on his ass and butt crawls backwards down the stairs away from her.
Yeah.
And then runs out of the house.
And at some point, do you think this actor went to the director?
When you say she chases him out, it makes it sound like he made a conscious effort to do something correct. No.
Yeah, or even remotely manly.
He just fell backwards and then scrambled.
Oh, here's the scene where he throws it through the glass. I want to watch this because I'm pretty sure. Well, first, like we said, I'm thinking, okay, he's destroying the. Yeah, that's like fake. It's totally fake glass. It's like sugar cane.
And here's that scene.
She's just like, I have to have this man. Totally have to have him. This is going to be the father of my children, who will likely grow up to be big pussies as well.
At least he's not too short.
He's at least taller than me.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
He can't even kiss right. What kind of kiss is that? It's just like, you know what? If we do audio commentary for this, we just have to make that noise.
I don't think either of them are fully into the kiss either. I think they're like, well, this is what we have to do now. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's such a big pussy. You think she'd get up and button his shirt for him, and she doesn't. He's like, I'll just button this myself. Like, you could see, like, his future down the line is he's going to end up being either a bartender his whole life, or he's going to work security, and he's going to get picked on by the other guards because he's got one hand. He's going to try and do something tough, and it's like, man, you're going to get your ass kicked by the inmates through bars.
No, he's going to end up traveling the country, escaping the death machines who keep trying to track him down because he's the one missing link.
Man, no. No, he's going to try and track them down, and he's going to get his ass kicked every time. Death Machines 2. Frank comes back to get his ass kicked.
The Frank man cometh.
He kind of reminds me of Bill and Ted, where they keep saying, maybe we should get good at playing guitar. Maybe you should get good at karate, Frank. Maybe you should do that.
He had 7 years of lessons. I don't think he's going to get any better.
A lot of people go to school for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors.
Do we want to ruin the big surprise ending?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
I just want to check.
Of course we do.
Go ahead.
I'll give you the honors, please.
So the cop, Forrester, shows up and kills Asian Madeline Kahn before she can kill Frank. Right. Unfortunately.
No sequel for you.
Yeah, no. And then they all go up the stairs, and instead of the three dead death machines, they find dead mustache Asian guy.
That's right.
Cut to an airport.
With the music they play through the whole film. This weird, funky, kind of just like synthesizer, computer-ish kind of music. Wow, like that kind of music.
Yeah, it's called 70s music.
This is a little more different than that. It's almost like
porn music.
It's it's almost like it's porn music, but it's supposed to depict almost like this futuristic, like, world, because the trailer says it, in the future where there is death without recourse. It's like
don't listen to the trailer.
Oh no, of course not.
I
did, but so then you just see 3 people like walking up to the counter, and it's like, oh, obviously those are the death machines. There's a black guy there.
I wonder who that is with an airplane ticket in his hand. Could it be Frank?
So then they go up to the counter, and the girl.
He has a hand.
You still haven't seen the death machines' faces yet. She goes, okay, your flight leaves in 30 minutes. It's like, wow, that's cutting it close. Usually you show up a couple of hours before for your flight, but
This is the 70s. This is before you had like a strip search to fly like 2 states down.
That's true. So then the 3 death machines turn around, walk towards the camera, still frame it, no credits.
No credit. Just 2 or 3 minutes of still like, frame with the music.
It's too it's almost like, I really dig this music, and I think everyone else should be able to enjoy it too.
Drink it in, folks.
Drink
These
it
are
in,
the death
folks.
machines.
And it's like we're so making a sequel, and this is why. And it's just the 3 death machines still frame, and it's just literally probably about 2 minutes of music with just the still frame. And I'm watching this, and I'm like 10 seconds go by, and I'm like, all right, they're going for dramatic. I'm like, I get it, fine. Credits. When are these credits going to happen? A minute goes by. I'm like, there aren't going to be any credits, are there? A minute and a half. I'm like, holy motherfucker. And I'm looking at the clock rundown. I'm like, there's another 30 seconds of this.
Now you could fast forward, but that's cheating.
It's cheating.
No, you gotta let this go.
You gotta let it fade to black. And then it fades to black, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, holy fucking shit.
Now I gotta ask you, Joey.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite death machine?
My favorite death machine?
Yeah.
Definitely not Asian death machine.
Oh wow, racist.
What? No, stop it. Just because he doesn't do anything in the film at all that even warrants me liking him.
Okay.
Now, Black Death Machine fucks the living shit out of Asian Madeline Kahn. You don't see it, but you know it happens.
Oh sure.
But White Death Machine, I don't know. There's something I like about White Death Machine. It's either Black or White Death Machine, and depending on my mood, I might go back and forth between the two.
Well, what's your mood now?
My mood right now is White Death Machine.
Racist.
I take it you prefer Black Death Machine.
I prefer Black Death Machine because not only is he the only one that gets laid, but he makes Asian Death Machine open the car door for him. He knows what the pecking order is.
Actually, it's not Asian Death Machine that opens the door for him. It's Asian Mustache Guy that opens the door for him.
Oh, even better. That's his boss. Why is his boss opening the door for him?
Okay, I'll agree with you.
But
I like White Death Machine. I do like White Death Machine the most because he's got the most between the diner scene and him just it's like making noise every time he hurts someone. The scene where he karate chops the car and his whole leg goes in the police car before he steals it. It's like, yeah, I like White Death Machine.
And Black Death Machine, the actor's name is Joshua Johnson. That alone is a cool action hero name.
Joshua Johnson.
Joshua Johnson.
Now with Action Jackson.
I remember the credits were up and said Joshua Johnson. It's like, yeah, that's an action hero name. Ron Marchini. Not so much.
Not so much. And he's the reason why this movie got made. He's executive producer.
Well,
he's like, I'm going to put all my karate buddies in this movie, and Enter the Dragon. That was good, but this is going to be better. Like, you could see them pitching this movie. It's like, did you see Enter the Dragon? Yeah. We're going to do something better than that. Bruce Lee. Yesterday's news.
I think he's the only other one that has credits beyond Death Machines.
Was Bruce Lee dead by this point?
I don't know when Bruce Lee died.
I want to say that he... See, I'd look it up, but I'm afraid my computer will crash.
I don't... Fine, I'll look it up. Bruce Lee died.
Did you just say you're going to rook it up? I'm going to rook that up for you.
I'm going to rook it up
Joey,
for you.
I am going to rook that up for you.
1973, July 20th.
Damn. So Bruce Lee's dead. So they're pitching this film, and they're like...
That's why he's not in the movie.
Bruce Lee wouldn't have done this. If Bruce Lee did this, he would have taken over, and it might have actually turned out good. Bruce Lee is just like, if you will miss all that heavenly glory. No, so they're pitching this film. I guarantee I could see them pitching this movie. It's like, Bruce Lee is dead, man. We're gonna make this movie. It's gonna be better than Enter the Dragon. better. Come on. Who's going to do it? We're going to do it. We got to do it. Bruce is gone. And they're like, all right, let's do it. And it's like, oh, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, man? This is it. He delivers the money. He's like, nope, here's your money. No need to count it. It's all there. Guaranteed. All right. Shakes his hand. He's like, all right, I'm going to go back to my mansion and with my naked wife. All right. I'll see you later.
Look forward to doing business with you.
All right. So now I want to see this scene. Asian mustache man. He's going to open this briefcase and he's going to make this face. It's going to be very brief. They're going to cut it. And it almost looks like this shit's fucking empty. He just kind of like the sniffle where he's like, this shit's empty. But, I mean, it's probably not.
I'm not buying it.
No, it's probably not empty. But they're going to kill him anyway.
What?
Because this guy did absolutely nothing to them. Nothing. He did nothing.
Well, he paid the money.
No. I mean, he wanted a couple of people killed, and they killed all his hitmen. And he's just kind of like, all right, if you're the new boys in town, I'll just pay you what I pay the other guys.
It just feels like a lot of groundwork for one business transaction.
Yeah.
This is like a Trump deal. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, do we want to rate Death Machines now?
Yeah. What's it currently rated on IMDb? And how many people have even seen this thing?
3.5 is the current rating.
Okay.
With 323 votes.
Oh, boy.
And apparently it's up 66% in popularity this week.
Is it probably... Did this just come out on Blu-ray?
I have no idea.
Like, how long ago did this come out on Blu-ray?
I didn't realize it was on Blu-ray.
I think it just came out not that long ago. Here, you know what? I was like, oh, I can't go online. Of course I can. I have my tablet. Blu-ray. Let's see. I'll tell you exactly when this came out.
Now, what are your feelings on 3.5 stars?
I think 3 is good.
3 is good? Why
think,
3? Give me 3 reasons it gets 3 stars.
Well, the production value was so good. Frank is a fucking pussy.
That's not a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing. 3 stars. Well, plot structure, one of the worst we've seen. I mean, the fact that they had an opportunity to make Frank some sort of a karate superhero and didn't take that, kind of leads me to believe that it almost feels like they were gonna do that, but they couldn't get someone. Like, it was like, yeah, we can't get the guy we want, so, we're just gonna... It's like, listen, you don't throw a love story in a movie like this. You don't.
Maybe the guy that plays Frank, maybe he lied about being able to perform martial arts.
That may, yeah.
So, and they actually get to the fight scene. It's like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, well, it's too late to get a new guy. Just cut off his hand. Let's rewrite the script. Fuck this.
Wait, this isn't listed. Death Machines is not listed on Blu-ray.com.
I don't think it's in Blu-ray.
I'm pretty sure it is in Blu-ray.
All right, fine. Then Blu-ray.com is wrong. I'm going to say 3 stars, 1 star for each Death Machine. I think it's only fair.
Okay.
Want to go 3 stars?
3 stars.
3 stars. That's great.
I did say 3. Here it is. Death Machines. How come it didn't come up with... Okay, whatever.
You did it wrong.
It came out November 29th, 2016 on Blu-ray.
Okay.
It's for sale for $29.98 on Amazon. Yeah.
All right. All right. The demographics on this. I got to go in a little bit of detail here. Only 323 people have rated this film.
Right.
23 of them gave it a 10. 67 gave it 1. I think those are important numbers.
67 gave it a 1?
And 23 people gave it a 10.
Wow.
Now, for the demographic breakdown, the lowest demographic for this film is females aged 45 and older. They said, fuck this shit. 2.7. Highest demographic is females 18 to 29.
Right.
1 female age 18 to 29 gave it 6 stars.
Wow.
That's right.
Holy balls.
That's some interesting stuff there.
Yes, it is.
If you ignore the single female anomaly, highest demographic is males 30 to 44. They gave it 3.7.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I forgot to mention, I discovered it while we were doing the show. I on a lark, I was like, they can't have one for this, but they do. IMDb has a parent's guide for this film.
Wow, someone actually filled that out?
Yeah.
You got to tell me. You got to.
Okay, sex and nudity. An uncredited topless woman. Does it matter that she's uncredited?
No.
Walks by Giorgetti and into a swimming pool. And that's okay. That's the opening scene. An uncredited woman wearing a flimsy nightgown gets out of bed with again, uncredited woman, walks through a door outside, drops her nightgown, showing her bare rear, then turns around showing full frontal.
It's so
Sharon,
it's so far away.
What?
It's so far away.
Yeah. Sharon, uncredited, dances topless at a bar.
Yeah.
Now, this one, Frank and his nurse friend. Not even like his nurse friend. They're not lovers or anything. He's just, and I think that's accurate. That's very accurate. It's just Frank and his nurse friend are shown the morning after, implying sex, but no nudity.
Oh, yeah, true.
All right. Violence and gore. Here's the fun part.
Okay.
Numerous martial arts fight scenes throughout the movie. People injured, people killed, a room full of dead people seen. Swords are used in several scenes. All right. Then a bunch of other items are listed. Numerous people are shot and killed. Fair enough.
Okay.
Frank loses his right hand. Now, he didn't lose it. It was cut off. I think that's important if we're talking violence.
That's right.
A guy is thrown off the top of a roof and lands on a car.
Yeah. Wow, that was a terrible scene. It was a fucking dummy.
Yeah.
Barely dented the car, and then the next shot is the car completely dented by his body.
And then he squeezes like pasta sauce out of his mouth.
Yeah.
That's a good spaghetti.
Hey, there's a fruit to punch.
I'm losing more customers of this away.
Hey, you like it as spaghetti, don't you?
And the editor in my head is like, a guy's thrown off the roof, off the top of a roof. It's like, just say off a roof. You can't throw him off the bottom of a roof. Yeah? Okay. A guy killed by an explosion.
Right.
A guy killed when a dozer runs over a phone booth. I don't know why they don't get their own separate lists, but in this list, he has to put them both together. A guy killed by an explosion and a guy killed when a dozer runs over a phone booth. I don't think it was a dozer. It was a tractor.
It was a caterpillar.
Yeah, but it wasn't a bulldozer. Or a dozer, which is actually those little creatures in the Fraggle Rock. But that's...
Those are doozers.
Oh, my bad. A guy's head is seen in a basket.
Yeah, that was a terrible scene too.
But you should probably say severed head. Otherwise, I could put my head in the basket right now.
That is also true. Which is all they did with him. That was like they had that the end of that basket was cut open, but the way they panned the shot, the way they framed it, it was just him laying on with his head on its side in this basket. It's like, hey, buddy.
and a brawl in a bar.
Yeah.
Doesn't mention the brawl at the diner.
Doesn't mention the diner. I was going to ask if it did. No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Now,
because God was mentioned, and that's good enough for them.
Sure. Profanity, about 5D-N. I think that's damn.
Damn.
5H-L. And S words, and 1B blank 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 H.
What?
I think it's bitch.
No, I know, but they just can't spell out the swear words?
No, it's profanity. You don't spell out profanity. You censor it.
So the still shot happens at the 1 hour, 31 minute, and 45 second mark. And the film ends at the 1 hour, 35 minute mark. So it's 1 minute and 50 seconds of just the still shot and music.
Okay.
That is ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous.
Last two sections of the parents' guide.
Yeah.
Alcohol drugs smoking.
Okay.
2 entries. Wine served with a meal, beer served in a cafe, people drink at a bar.
Why is this in the parents' guide?
Well, because if you don't want to be impression young children by having them watch people drinking wine at a restaurant, or beer in a cafe, or drinking at a bar. And then the other option, Doyle smokes.
Of course, because we've mentioned this on the show, and it's something I've mentioned.
Tattling on him. Doyle smokes.
Doyle smokes, man. Hollywood, or the MPAA, not Hollywood, the MPAA tried their hardest to give films an automatic R rating just for having the depiction of someone smoking. I mean, that was nixed. It didn't happen. But the fact that they were even trying to get that done is the whole reason why this like parents' guide bullshit even exists.
And they were doing this kind of bullshit before that. You had Tipper Gore back in the 80s or 90s.
90s.
Early 90s, though.
92. That's
okay.
When Clinton was
Tipper Gore
president from 92 to 2000. So
editing records, that's bullshit. But the best part, the last one, frightening / intense scenes. Okay. Now, the correct answer to that is none.
None.
But what this person did, and you could tell they got wimped out at the end, like it got tired. It's like, see violence. Not the same thing, sir.
Not the same.
Frank loses his right hand. I don't see that as frightening or intense.
Nope.
I love the Parents' Guide. I love it. Parents are stupid.
Parents are fucking stupid, man.
They really are. Oh, God. Ever. But yeah, that was our review. That's our first listener request review of Death Machines. Damn you all. Thank you for doing that.
Damn you all to hell. Thanks, Sammy J.